Good afternoon, folks. It is 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on April 17th, 2022. Hope our creators are keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms so we can spread awareness of what's going on up at our sun. If you happen to be new to the channel, welcome, and make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe for any critical future updates. We are looking at old sunspot 2975, which has actually been broken up into two separate sunspots now at 2993 and 2994. And as we can see, it is coming back with a roar. Each one of these umbras are larger than our planet. Just for comparison, it's going to be a bumpy ride, folks. As we take a look over here at spaceweatherlive.com, we can see it coming around the bend. We can actually see a little bit more detail on it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 positives surrounding all of this negative energy that's right here, and they're right next to each other. These are absolutely possible of creating decent to large size X flares. This is going to be one heck of a bumpy ride. Let's see all of our sunspots and let's see what we've got for numbers here. Alright, this is actually not up to date. I'm actually showing that we've got 2993, 94. This one is just is about to get named. This one here is 2991, 2990, but this one here is 2989. And this guy here is 2988. And we've also got 2992. So this will definitely be interesting as we get further into the week, as this comes more into Earth's view, Earth's direction. We are definitely going to be in for a bumpy ride. As we look here at our Enlil prediction model from NASA, this is NASA's Enlil, yes, Enlil, Anunnaki, Sumerian sun god. We can see that we're definitely going to take a miss from that major flare that just popped off. However, there was that one on the northern limb that I did show you guys that was directly Earth facing that could be coming our direction, and this has not yet caught up. There is another one that popped off the western limb that was somewhat Earth facing, so we might, and it did create a small solar tsunami, and we will get to that shortly. This sunspot here, being 2975, has been hurling multiple CMEs, plumes of plasma, and flares out into space from the backside. Now it's going to be turning to face Earth, and it is showing no signs of slowing down whatsoever, so we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes open for it. And at spaceweatherlive.com, let's take a look at our regular flares right now, and this is the flare that we had pop off last night, 1.17. It was definitely a small X flare, but it's still an X flare nonetheless, and that causes for concern as it's coming around the corner to us, and it's getting more complex, and like I said, it's not showing signs of slowing down, it's showing signs of ramping up. And we also had 2 C flares that popped off, decent sized C flares. One was a C7, the other one was a C6.2. So let's go see what that might look like as far as our absorption. And as we come over here to spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, we're going to take a see here. And as you can see, we're living in a constant state of sea flux. And as we get on down, it's going to pop right onto America. Look at that, boom. So North and South America, we just got hammered. Now remember, the X-rays take about 8 minutes to leave from the time that the sun flares. It takes 8 minutes to arrive to the Earth, and there's nothing to slow that down. It travels at the speed of light. And here comes the second one. Bam, all of North America. Up into Canada. Hawaii just barely dodged that, and all of northern South Africa. Yeah, definitely got a hammer in there. Yippee-ki-yay, right? For those of you who might remember yesterday when I showed us this, our magnetosphere cut planes, you can see that we are back under pressure again. Now this pressure is actually from the arrival of solar winds from a coronal hole that we have. Now this isn't bad, folks. This is about normal, actually. You would think that it's bad, but it's not a major. In fact, it will probably uptick as the harder part of the solar winds arrive here over the next couple of days. And let's go take a peek at those solar winds and the coronal hole that it is coming from. Here we are looking at SDO under 211 angstroms of light, and here we can see our coronal holes that are sending our solar winds our way. When this actually reaches us, this will reach us in about 4 or 5 days, but we were getting the upticks from this right here, so it's kind of hitting us now, then it'll slow down, then it'll pick back up again when this wind starts to affect us. And usually it's about the time that this coronal hole gets to about this position is when we start getting the effects of it. But one of the things that we can also nicely see from this is our other coronal mass ejections. We're going to see our flare pop off over here. That was a big one. Then we see this one here. Now watch right over here. Got another one that's about to lift off. Right here. Watch this. And a little solar tsunami with it as well. There it is. Boom. It's a small one, not a major, but it was a small one nonetheless. And as we check out 171 angstroms of light, I've got it queued up here for us, so that way we can actually see a little bit better for how much flare and plasma actually got released. This is more of a tattletale sign for the waves. See, like this one here came off the southern limb that I said that's not coming at us. That came off the back side. This one allows us to see the strands. These are all your strands. And you can see how big that was. And then this one pops off, and then this one's going to go here too. Just a second. And boom, there she is. Nothing major, but still, it's something nonetheless. It did send little ripples across the sun's surface, right into that coronal hole that I showed you over on the 211, and it will be hitching a ride our direction. And here's another look at the 193 angstroms of light. Boom. And we'll see that come off, and then we'll see this little bugger over here pop off here. It's a little late to the party when she pops off, but that's alright. We can obviously see our coronal hole here off of the southern limb at our south pole. Boom. And there's that small one right there coming our direction. Now there is something I did want to show you guys. I'm going to back off of this. And I'm going to show you all something. A little bit of fun. Just for funsies. Look at this. What do we got here? Oh yeah. There's a UFO right there. And guess what? As we come over here to 335, here's another one right here. And we come over here to the 304. We got another one right here. UFOs are all over our sun's surface right now. They are, I guess they're enjoying all of the plasma and the eruptions that are going on. But hey, I mean, I don't know if that's how they recharge their batteries. I couldn't tell you. But look at the size of this spot here and how heated it is. Yeah, we definitely saw some plasma there. But this thing is very big, and look at how hot it's getting. And this is coming around to face us. And it ain't done yet. Yippee-ki-yay to that, right? And we're going to jump over here to seeds, and we're going to see exactly what's going on here with our flow. There's one coming off the southern limb. That's our flare. But look at this. Something's flying into the sun. You see that going into it? What is that? This is our X-flare. But something's flying into the sun here. Look at this. Whoosh. It's going into the sun. What the hell's flying into the sun? What could even possibly fly into the sun? That's just crazy if you ask me, folks. But it looks like we don't have anything really direct except for that little one that I did show you guys. So I just find that weird that something's actually flying into the sun. That's odd. With all the flares and the coronal mass ejections that I've been showing you guys with the solar wind impacts and everything, it's going to cause earthquakes and possible tsunamis. Here we've got 2 tsunamis in event mode. We've got one right over here near Thailand. And look at this strike. It goes straight up. And I mean straight up. What in the mess? Let's go take a look and view the details on that. This one here is near Thailand, Phuket. Some people say it another way, but look how this strike just goes straight up. In fact, as a matter of fact, it goes up from here to here. It goes up over a meter. That's a major jump, folks. That is a major jump. And this is most recent. It is going up. That is just not good. Folks, we're going to have to keep our eyes out and make sure that we don't have any tsunamis. I have a feeling there's going to, I mean, the only way that that's going to happen is if you've got tectonic plate shifts, or if something comes up from underneath it and smacks it to make it go straight up. I mean, I'd have to be a submarine literally suffering, or a rocket surfacing and sending that thing straight up. That's nuts. Let's go check out the one here near Alaska. This one goes straight up too. Holy crap. Look at this. And this one's going up a full meter as well. What in the heck? Let's check on this one here really quick. Yeah, this one's definitely going up an entire meter. Actually, it went up over a full meter. Because we went from down here all the way up to here. This is just odd, folks. Folks, keep your eyes open. If you happen to live near coastlines at this time, I would tell you to please take precautions. If you happen to live up in Alaska, and it could affect down the western coast of the United States. So we're gonna have to keep our eyes open for any more buoys going off that are going to be in event mode. And unfortunately, there's no other warning except for this one right here for India. So there could be a lot of people getting tsunamis right now, and we're just not going to hear about it, or it may not get reported on. So let's go check our volcanoes and earthquakes. And it doesn't look like we have any actual earthquakes in the area, but if you look here, where is that thing going off at? Right here, right where that tectonic plate is, which is right here. So I have a feeling, yep, the same thing with Alaska over here too. Oh, where are we at here? Let's go back over here. Yep, it's right along that tectonic plate. So we're going to have to keep our eyes open, folks. There's a lot of stuff going on. We will keep our eyes open. I will, of course, for more earthquakes and tectonic plates. We're going to be seeing a lot more of them. Get ready for a bumpy week. And remember, keep your eyes open. No fear. Love is the only way forward. Have a good day.